Peggy 18.
Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel presents.
The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Darkest Dungeon here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. Or should I say the caretaker? Well, either way, another episode means another raid, and look at that. We actually can run the expert level raid. Actually, our Vestal can hit level 6, which is like super cool. So, unfortunately, however, you have to kind of think about the upgrades and what you get out of the dungeon raid as well. Here we need to complete 100% of room battles. We get the Hellion's hairpin. Now, this was in one of the previous versions of the game, like a super dramatically great trinket. Like everyone was going after these super crazy, so they are like definitely in their inventory. The other one is short, explore 90% of rooms, fasting seal. So minus 100% food consumed, plus dodge, minus stress from hunger. Okay, damn, this is interesting. Swine King, martyr seal, portraits, crests. Damn it. Why do we have the offer for deeds when I have one deed left? 4 crests, we do need crests, but we do have the blasphemous vial. Please, I think. Come on. Yeah, we do. We do. Okay, 5 deeds, padlock of transference for abomination. I feel like the game is trying to give us abomination. Okay, 25 healing skill and minus 15 XP. Well, the thing about Vestal's trinkets is, look at this. Virtue chance minus 5% EXP. Here, minus 15% HP. Why did I keep saying EXP? What the hell is wrong with me? So, both of the trinkets are actually dramatically decreasing the HP bar of our Vestal. Vestal is already being primarily targeted by enemies like Arbalist and any other ranged unit which loves to hit level 3 and 4 positions. But this is for a medium veteran, and I would actually do appreciate to have this trinket for our Vestal. We sure do have 2 lovely trinkets for the Vestal, but this one is actually rare, while this one is uncommon and this is a common trinket. So most likely we are doing Weald. And lucky enough for us, Weald should be pretty damn funny, especially if we're talking about the veteran level dungeon. So let's see if we can actually build a party potentially. I would definitely not want to bring... This gives us 6. I usually never go for the trinkets which are all about how much light you are using. Oh, damn it, bounty hunter only. Look at that, minus 10 dodge. Damn. Yeah, this is... I'm definitely not going into the ruins again. So either the Vestal... Yeah, you know what? Let's just go into the Weald. Now the thing right now is that we do not have a close combat unit for the Weald. So most likely I might have to take someone like the level 2 man-at-arms or leper to fill in the first rank. Obviously, most of the enemies here can be dealing blight. A Plague Doctor can be fine, but keep in mind that some of the enemies are highly resistant to blight, such as the fungus gropers, or what's the name of that little range unit, which looks like a really weird yoga position where a bunch of fungi is growing out of your chest. And basically, yeah, I need to check if our guys are up to date with their upgrades. So Papon, not Huey, not Burns, not Chandos, not Carden, not. These two are. So, okay. Let's do this then. We are gonna take. Who we are gonna take? Let's take you. Let's take you. Let's take you. So, what's gonna happen is the Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctor. We were just in wrong dungeon once again. Plague Doctor will be trying to heal any potential blight cast onto our heroes. What's cool is that Burns can work around the man-at-arms, and the man-at-arms can be doing ton of boosts. I'm not sure if I want to be utilizing Retribution too heavily here, because the fungus can mark any of the enemies. So actually some sort of healing unit would be better. So how about we go with Sigmund, and I'm gonna check if Sigmund has all the necessary upgrades. Yeah, okay, he does. You do, and even you do. So sure, the Musketeer can be dealing heal. Okay, so then we are fine. We can actually utilize the man-at-arms, because if necessary and push comes to shove, we can utilize our lovely Musketeer to be dealing the trying to deal with the damage dealt to our heroes. Same goes for the Plague Doctor. So let's give our guys some sort of gear. Plus 15 XP. We're gonna give you that dodge. We're gonna give you this, my lovely little friend. We'll give you resistance to all the possible things. Healing skills increase. We're gonna reduce your dodge. We're gonna give you this and disease resist, and we should have a pretty damn decent chance to actually successfully do the dungeon. And yeah, we will need to actually get rid of 3 infected corpses. So here we see there are these 3 potent salves. Now you need to find those rooms where those corpses are located. Obviously that means we can spend a ton of time in the dungeon itself, because of the fact that you never know where they can spawn. The corpses can be in the hallways between the rooms, or it can be a main curio in one of the rooms. So that's something to keep in mind. So we have bandage, anti-venom, oregano, Jesus Christ. Skeleton key, torches, shovels. Yeah, pretty damn ready. Let's head out. We haven't done too many Weald episodes, so I might start dealing with the bosses from Weald, so we catch up to the rest of the other sections of the map, and hopefully when we reach certain episode, I will just say screw it, let's activate the Crimson Court and make the game like 58 times harder than it is even on this setting.
Excise the fungal tumors, and the land may yet live.
Okay, so obviously, look at this. This is the first corpse. We are at the start. If I would not have gone here and either I would go to one of the other locations, we would have an issue and I would need to return. Now, what do we have here? The Blighten Giant. This is one of the Weald-specific higher veteran to expert level enemies. These guys have massive HP. They can deal tremendous amount of damage, but they tend to miss quite a lot. But that still doesn't mean that you should be going all crazy hoping that, oh, he's just super slow, he's definitely gonna miss me or something. Always make sure that you will be able to try and get most of his HP down as fast as possible. It's gonna help you in the long term, trust me.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
So we have two guys on repose, so if he tries anything, we should have some fun with him. The boost with the damage is working. However, you see he has 80% resistance to Blight, so I'm gonna rather boost the damage on the Musketeer. Since we have the boost applied, I did not feel like it's necessary for me to apply the marked on the giant, but you see 21 freaking damage in one hit, just like most of his HP. So now actually what I need to do, how can you miss such a massive target? Let's try to recover whatever I can. 22 man-at-arms, and that's a stun? No, okay, cool. I was afraid there. It can happen. Not a pretty thing to deal with, but I think we are doing pretty damn fine, all things considered. Actually, like to deal with you super fast. And the bleed will kill him all.
Slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
So that's our first giant. Well, okay, here we get a map. This can potentially show us where all the fun stuff can be located all over the map. But I do see a curio over here, and trust me, you don't want to turn around when you have a mission, when you're trying to interact with specific items such as these. Alt 3, is it either this or this? Okay, so the anti-venom is the thing to... Oh, look at that! Plague Doctor specific trinket. Unfortunately, we also have two equipped to our inventory. We do not have the crests because we spent most of them, so I'm gonna do this and then we will return. After I return to the starting point, I'm gonna pop in all those torches, or most of the torches. It's pointless for me to be using them right now because obviously we did find the map in the backpack. Unfortunately, it did not show the complete part of the map. So we will have to look around even more.
Is struck. A blazing star is born.
Traps should be fine because we have our highwaymen. We do not need to drop a torch after the next room. Here we have the carcass, so let's grab some food potentially. Beautiful. If you have spare food such as this, go ahead and eat it. But if you are traveling along the map, do not eat the food. Only if you're like super desperate and you want to get the guys out of, let's say, the death store. Otherwise, the
Nature herself,
HP will
a
not be
victim to the
replenished.
spreading corruption, malformed with
Wayne.
misintent.
Otherwise, the HP will not be replenished as much as when you're camping. And here, I'm not sure if we actually interacted with the Crone before. Crone is a debuffer, stress dealer, and potentially marker of your heroes. And so if she does that and the giant then attacks, he can deal increased amount of damage to your heroes. So you definitely want to get rid of her as fast as you potentially can. Okay, this is a little shuffle. Now the Blight will take damage for next 2 turns, by which she already should be visible. Oh no, she already is. So okay, let's hit her with more. We're gonna hit you. Since he was marked, he will receive ton of damage. I don't even have to utilize things like the holy water or the healing herbs to decrease the debuffs. She did get the blight, but the battle medicine will deal with that. So if I want to get rid of the debuff, the best way to do so, the medicinal herbs. Of course, it's sometimes better to use them rather for the combat compared to like keeping them specifically for the curios, because you are never guaranteed that the ones which you will interact with throughout your dungeon are specifically connected to the medicinal herbs, so it's pointless to keep the supplies.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
If you can actually utilize them efficiently throughout your dungeon crawl. So here we're gonna have battle with the maggots. Maggots can be pain in the ass, high blight resistance, and they can deal disease, so that's something I definitely would love to get rid of if possible. So we have 2 dead maggots. One will stay, but that means next round we can only target the last twitching maggot.
That cuts on its own.
And if I would to get any disease, well then the Plague Doctor can deal with it throughout the camping section. Okay, and we will switch you guys back to the original mixture, which I prefer. Ooh, portraits. Okay, we do need the portraits.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
So those are the 2 lovely stacks of portraits. We have a full stack of crests. We still need to drop off the 2 potent potions. And look at that! Towering ectoplasm. This is the more advanced form of the ectoplasm. Obviously, it can utilize the same talent, which is the cytokinesis, or whichever way you want to pronounce it. I don't know, screw you guys if you're laughing at my pronunciation. I actually looked this word up in the Cambridge Dictionary, and guess what? The goddamn pronunciation for that term is missing, so, ha! Okay, we're gonna get rid of you at least.
The fiend falls,
of course, the rest of them can clone another copy. I'm not sure right now if the single ectoplasm can spawn a dual ectoplasm if the other slot is empty. Of course, it will spawn the towering ectoplasm if it has the opportunity. in the more advanced levels, this will definitely be a thing. But I'm talking about, like, for example, if it can turn itself and the free spot into a towering ectoplasm. I'm not sure about that right now, to be honest. And I do not want to lie to you guys, as we have formed this amazing trust, haha, on this channel, with me being able to constantly provide the most accurate data ever, especially after I run this thing through the editing, look up everything on the wiki, it appears somewhere down here, and you are then 10 times smarter than I was when I made this footage. Okay, so the towering ectoplasm has been dealt with. You can therefore utilize the heals. A little boost.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
And that's it for the ectoplasm.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I know there's an obstacle, but behind it can be potentially the corpse we are looking for. It's not here, but there is a sapphire, a holy water, and some leather. Okay, that's kind of disturbing on multiple levels, such as most of the messages which we find. Okay, let's do this. Not happy about it, and I know just like 5 minutes ago I talked about how not to eat the things, as they don't give you... What did I do? As they give you less HP, but if we are talking about freeing up space, and I know that the 12 food will be sufficient because, well, despite us not having a proper medic, we are managing to keep our party pretty damn healthy. Potentially, the curio can be both in this small little path, or there will be actually 2 backpacks.
Beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
I do want to keep the shovels for here, so unfortunately the onyx is being left behind. And we are so grabbing the freaking beads. So sorry, but not sorry. I'm gonna check here if this is not the corpse. Okay. And I definitely want this trinket as well. It's a good one for the antiquarian. So we're gonna back up a little. Don't do this too damn often, because this spikes the stress super fast. And it never actually happened to me that they would back up into like enemy who would ambush us. But overall, they just kind of prefer to see where they're walking towards. So my general advice is to avoid that as much as possible. And we are hitting the pitch darkness.
Haunting the hearts of men.
Okay, so the thing to know about the Gnashers is that these are some sort of rabid dogs which were released in the Weald. They tend to cause disease and also bleeding damage. So also they have high speed and super crazy stupid high amount of dodge. So you trying to connect the hits tends to be, as you can see, extremely difficult thing to do.
Eradicated.
Let's give our guys some boost. Fortunately, I do not have the If Bleeds, I believe is the name of the talent, or something else when it comes to our lovely Plague Doctor. I actually need to check it over here, which is something I can do. Lovely, almost there. Okay, so Incision, my bad. If Bleeds, different hero. If you are rotating your Plague Doctor and you need to attack the enemy from the first row, this is the talent which you want to use. Obviously, I'm gonna boost our heroes.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And hopefully, this little puppy will stop screwing around and potentially not give us rabies. God, I really don't want to deal with rabies.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Okay, so ton of gold actually. I do need the skeletal key. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I could have used the band-aid to deal with his wound, but what I'm gonna do here is camp out.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Remove disease. I actually did not check if he freaking has any disease. I kind of messed that one up pretty damn big time. We're gonna prevent the ambush. We're gonna give our heroes some speed, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna go hit the hay.
The light, the promise of safety.
Open up the chest with the heirlooms. Oh my god. 2 full stacks of deeds, 2 full stacks of crests. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Now let's go find out that last corpse and finish off this freaking dungeon.
Machinations spring to life.
We cannot interact with the Stomp because we do not have the anti-venom. I do not recommend you interacting with lots of the items when it comes to Weald, because obviously you can contract a ton of diseases. Okay, so Fungal Battery in combination with the Giant, more deadly than with the Witch. The Fungal Battery can mark multiple of our heroes at one time, so that the damage dealt by the Giant is actually quite up there. Now I'm gonna go with boost of his attack. I'm gonna repose with interaction about for the battery, and the musketeer will most likely mark the Giant. Here is kind of a mix of all the things which you want to get rid of. Obviously they're gonna be stacking up stress on the Plague Doctor because he's really up there. Blight has been applied. Poison spores. You should be fine resisting the disease because of all the damn trinkets. This is added damage thanks to marking him. I'm gonna put some blight on the Enchantress. Is he gonna get pushed back? Okay. Unfortunate, but still manageable. Let's hit the Giant, start taking down that HP.
A decisive
Beautiful.
killing.
Damn it, that was just beautiful. Okay, this is... okay, this hurt. This definitely did hurt, so we're gonna boost our stats. And what's gonna happen here is battlefield medicine can be applied to Musketeer. Musketeer will heal our Plague Doctor. He's getting close to death's door and 100% or 100 points of stress. If the giant will attack the Plague Doctor, that can cause some issues because he will definitely hit the death's door, plus he can hit 100 points of stress.
Grievous injury, palpable fear.
Which can deal a ton of issues.
Well struck.
God damn, 42. And he's dead. And that will be it for the dungeon.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Call me freaking impressed. We're gonna grab the portraits. Portraits super hard to come by. The 650 gold is just pissing me off because I see here this, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna drop you up here, and that way we are done. Because obviously the keys would not maintain the value if I would do the counting of all the collected items.
May yet arrest this plague.
Super happy about this trinket. I'm also happy about 12 deeds, 24 crests, 8 portraits, just beautiful. Look at that, 3 of our heroes have hit level 5. Our man-at-arms is now at level 3. Beautiful, beautiful. We are getting more and more heroes ready for the darkest dungeon on top of the hill.
Pallid blight filters its way through the rotting boughs. Let us press on.
And if we would do on the next episode a mission in Weald, we would obviously receive some positive boosts, which is always a good thing, because this game will not give you that many of those. But yeah, that will be most likely it for the episode. If you like what I do here, heck, maybe try and subscribe. And check out the link in the description. It will definitely lead you to more fun content here on the channel. And hopefully I will see you guys on one of the next episodes. So till then, wishing you all the best from Hamlet, if that is even possible. And yeah, take care. Bye bye.